COVID-19 has taken over the world. There is no continent on Earth that has been untouched by the infection. When something of this magnitude happens, it's only natural to look at the international responses. How are other countries dealing with this? How are they handling it? How are they containing the issue? However, that would just include more reports on death tolls, infection rates. What seems to be the consensus is that nobody really knows when this is going to end. Instead, I thought I'd focus on the international environmental reaction to COVID-19. In other words, how the environment is reacting internationally to COVID-19. And it seems as though a lot of countries are experiencing the same thing. Drops in nitrogen dioxide levels, as well as animals returning to their natural habitats. These are things that experts thought would take years to happen after some substantial efforts made in part by the humans. But these efforts were made incidentally by quarantines. So we reached out to Sarah Jacobson, an environmental studies and geography major at the University of Maryland, Baltimore College, to ask her, how did something that was supposed to take years of intended effort take less than 6 months? Ms. Jacobson explained that most animals are driven away from heavily human populated areas because of noise pollution. The noise pollution signals to the animals that they are not in a safe environment for them, or they feel as though that their safety is threatened, even though in reality humans most of the time don't have plans to threaten the animals. The animals still feel threatened and they retreat to a less human populated area so they can feel safer in a more natural habitat. As Jacobson said, quote, "They're never far away when you really think about it. The noise was just keeping them out." Some cities, such as Llandudno in northern Wales, they have experienced seeing goats beginning to return to the cities in which they once inhabited. This is due to lockdown. The noise pollution has gone down because less people are outside, less people are traveling, and there's less just human daily interaction with the things they used to interact with that cause the noise pollution. So therefore, the goats have felt more safe coming down to these human populated areas. Now, some people in northern Wales have began posting on social media pictures of goats just walking down the streets or eating some of their neighbors' flowers, plants, and other horticulture. The neighbors weren't too thrilled about the fact that their plants were being destroyed, but they did enjoy the fact that they got to get a cute and rare photo of a goat in their front yard. Also in the Venice Canal, due to the reduction of tourists taking those boat tours to the beautiful canal that we see all the time, the waters have cleared up enough for fish to be seen again in the canal. One, in part from the water finally being calm enough to see through the water, and two, in part from fish returning to the water due to, again, the noise pollution dropping. Another type of pollution that has been reduced internationally is air pollution. Like I mentioned, nitrogen dioxide has decreased due to everyone being in their houses, factories not producing pollutants that they used to produce. Areas in China and Italy have been shown to have a decrease in nitrogen dioxide in comparison from this time last year to this time present day. And it doesn't just stop in industrial areas. In the Punjab province in India, residents are beginning to look out their windows and see something they have probably never seen in their whole lifetime: the Himalayan mountains. From that province, the Himalayas used to be able to be seen, but due to the smog that was created due to traveling and just human daily activities, the smog covered the view of the Himalayan mountains. With that decrease for the time being, the residents are able to see the Himalayan mountains that they probably have never been able to see from their houses ever in their lives. The Yamuna River in India, it's a river that flows through a part of India, has begun to see toxic foam clear out of the river due to a decrease in industrial production as well. There have been maps that compare and contrast the nitrogen dioxide output levels from this time last year to current day. In this map of Europe and Asia, you can see that many areas have shown a decrease in the production, while some small areas do show an increase in production. There are also more detailed maps of Germany and China that do account for the nitrogen dioxide levels as well. In addition, so we took a look at how the United States has responded, and we were able to find maps that showed the nitrogen dioxide levels from last year to this year for cities like Seattle and Los Angeles, as well as a map of the entire United States. So although COVID-19 has infected hundreds of thousands of lives, there is a small plus side of this, and that is, at least for the time being, that the earth is recovering. In fact, Jacobson said in regards to the air pollution that this is definitely a temporary fix, and that these levels are most likely going to go back up once we all get out of quarantine. That this should affect how we treat the earth moving forward. Jacobson said, quote, "We still have to change how we interact with the world for it to be a significant and permanent impact." So, COVID-19 is not all bad. It is allowing the earth to recover, even if it's just for a small time. As always, I am Savannah Johnson.